MAHA, which stands for Make America Healthy Again, has been singing the praises of consuming raw milk. Okay, weird. Now, in Florida, as a result of this, there has been an increase in infections due to this practice, which has sickened 21 people, including 6 children under the age of 10. According to reports, the Florida Department of Health has had to put out a warning about the risks of drinking raw, unpasteurized milk after those who consumed it, of course, got sick with E. coli and Campylobacter bacteria. Several of those people affected have been hospitalized, and 2 have even developed severe complications. Oh boy. Now, sanitation practices in this farm, said the news release, are of particular concern due to the number of cases. Oh, okay. Interesting. So they're blaming the farm, which, to be fair, yes, perhaps their practices may be partly at fault. Anybody who's worked on a dairy farm knows how disgusting that environment can be. Okay. I've worked on one. Okay. I worked on one when I was a kid. All right. And so, look, I cleaned out stalls, and let me tell you what, shit gets everywhere. Okay. And I mean literal feces gets everywhere and in everything, including the milk, which shouldn't be a surprise. Probably a surprise to anybody who hasn't worked in one of those places. But if you have, again, you would know. So, look, common contamination of milk occurs at the udder, via direct transmission from blood of the cow into the milk. And there's also, of course, fecal contamination that can happen during milking or through dirty equipment, which, again, if you've worked there, it's hard for that equipment not to get dirty. Okay, so if you are drinking raw milk, congratulations, you may literally be drinking poop.
Big, massive dumps.
Right in your milk. Right in your milk. Congratulations. Great. So now pasteurization, which for some reason these MAHA people are against, is simply the process of heating up the milk to a point where it kills the bacteria that may be present. The bacteria in milk can cause illnesses like tuberculosis, brucellosis or listeriosis, and typhoid fever, none of which sounds at all fun to have. It sounds terrible. And look, according to a PBS News report, between the years of 1998 to 2018, the CDC had reported more than 200 illness outbreaks traced to consumption of raw milk, sickening more than 2,600 people and hospitalizing more than 225. And yet, for some reason, you got these wellness influencers out there like, drink raw milk, it's good for you. Really? Really? Yeah, I'm not buying that one.
Really?
Okay, not buying it at all. Look, in Florida, funny enough, it's apparently illegal to sell raw milk for human consumption. They're not even going to sell it for human consumption, because even they know. Why? Why would you drink that? That's disgusting. What are you doing? You know that's filled with bacteria and possible literal feces, right? Okay, well, fine. We're not gonna allow you to buy it for human consumption, but we will allow you to buy it for your pets. That's right. If it's labeled as pet food, you can buy it, and then be like, aha, sucker! I'm gonna drink the poop milk. Why? Again, if you're drinking raw milk, you are drinking, in Florida, pet food that may be filled with poop and bacteria. Why? Why? Why would you do that? Why? Are you dumb? Are you fucking stupid? Yes. Yes, I think you are. I think you are. My God, people. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with all of you? Look, I mean, do you want bloody diarrhea? This is how you get bloody diarrhea. Do you want vomiting and stomach cramps? This is how you get it. How about hemolytic uremic syndrome, or HUS, which can lead to kidney failure and kill you? Our society, I swear to God, has gotten so much dumber as a result of grifters on the internet who think that they're experts, right? I can tell you, for one, I'm not an expert, but you know what? I'm smart enough to read shit. I'm smart enough to understand reality. I'm smart enough to listen to experts when they have an expert opinion, because God forbid, I can admit that there are people out there that are smarter than I am that actually have studied this stuff for years. And I can actually listen to those people. I know. Oh my God. And not some random wellness grifter on the internet. God, these people. During COVID, these idiots were selling fake cures that made people sicker, shocker, and probably killed a few people. And now they're selling milk that could kill you, or at least ruin your day, your week, your month, or even your year. That's what they're doing. And look, the Florida Department of Health noted in their statement that, quote, many people do consume raw milk safely, but Floridians should be aware of potential risks associated with the consumption, which may vary depending on the source of milk, the producer's handling of raw milk, and milking procedures that are vital in prevention of contamination. Or you could bypass all of that and just buy pasteurized milk. That, look, you get the same health benefits without having to play Russian roulette with your colon. And I'm not saying that, by the way, that raw milk is 100% completely bad and unsafe. No. No. That said, I am saying pasteurized milk is pretty much guaranteed to be safer. And why am I saying that? It's because, look, there are other countries that can and do legally sell raw milk. In Europe, for example, they do sell it in some European countries, but in order to do so, they have strict safety regulations. You see where I'm going with this one, right? The regulations in Europe are very stringent and address equipment cleanliness, animal health, and proper storage and handling for the milk to help reduce the incidences of disease outbreaks. However, even with all of those rules, they cannot completely eliminate the risk of severe disease from drinking this milk. That's it. And this is important here, so listen up. We live in America, where we have deregulated the shit out of all of our industries, pretty much. We have factory farms where animals live in cramped, squalid, disgusting conditions. Tiny little cages, cramped, filled with feces. Now, in those conditions, many of these animals get sick. They constantly get sick. And when that happens, they are literally pumped with antibiotics. And all of that is completely legal in this country. No problem. No problemo here, okay? Oh, you want to do that? You want to shove all your animals in little tiny cages so that they can barely move? And then when they do inevitably get extremely ill, that's okay. We'll pump them with antibiotics and then, kill them, slaughter them, and send out that probably tainted meat out to the consumer. That's what they do. That's what they do. And in this country, there are a lot of companies that get to regulate themselves. That's right, self-regulation. Knowing all of that, do you really want to put your trust in any of this? I sure as hell don't. Especially when we live in a country that doesn't even have guaranteed health care for every person. Come on. Look, here's the thing. I tend to follow a very simple rule that allows me to stay relatively healthy. And I'm a little on the chunky side, and I admit that. But my rule is, if RFK Jr. is a staunch proponent of doing something, chances are it is not safe, and you probably shouldn't do it. It's a good rule to live by. The bottom line here, though, is that the fundamental risks of drinking raw milk far outweigh any potential health benefits, many of which are only anecdotally supported and not backed up by any real scientific evidence. I do not want to see people get sick from this. I don't. I hate it. Okay? I have a lot of empathy for people. But that said, if you are aware of the information, the real information, and you discard it, ignore it, in favor of listening to your favorite crackpot bullshit wellness influencer, then you know what? It's on you when and if you get sick. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.